So I don't want to make this a long video, and it's not going to be a political video. So if I get into this and you start thinking it's about politics, it's not. So just sit through it, okay? I'm not going to get any of that garbage. I hate politics. But this does have to do with a recent situation in the Ukraine and sort of military advances towards the Ukraine. It has to do with a potential war outbreak that the U.S. itself would be involved in, considering the Ukraine's an ally, and it also has to do with Plarium, because if you didn't know, Plarium is actually situated within the Ukraine. And I know that I kind of not only make a living, but have made a brand out of shitting on Plarium and talking about the bad stuff they do and all that. One, because I think I can do a funny job doing it. Two, because I very often exactly feel that way, and these rants are genuine. But if that stuff is an ant, in comparison in size, the things that are going on in Ukraine right now it's the moon. Like there is no world in which we live in that the stupid, ranty, clickbait fun videos that I do that I've grown to love have anything at all in the world of what they're dealing with. Like Plarium quite literally is within the Ukraine. And if you don't know what's going on, Russia basically is like, the Ukraine is ours now, and it's kind of going that way. So there could be a world in which we live in which Plarium has to abandon office or something. I don't know. I can't tell the future. What I can tell you is my friend who lives in the Ukraine is having to abandon the Ukraine because he's a U.S. citizen. He's been there 8 years doing circus acts, basically. He's trying to get into Cirque du Soleil. He's a hand balancer. He's amazing at what he does, and he loves it over there. But it's not a good spot to be right now. He's actually in the capital. If you don't know, Plarium's 2 hours outside of the capital. I know their address because they sent it to me one time when I was supposed to visit them back in the day. And so if you're thinking that you're going to see from me in the next few weeks a bunch of like shitting on Plarium rants, like, yeah, get him, DM, like you think it is now is bad timing. Okay. Honestly, even the video yesterday was probably still bad timing. I woke up today and saw, and basically saw this news, and then talked to my brother who works in this industry to figure out exactly how real of a threat this actually is. And he kind of broke it down for me. So it's like, okay, this is actually a real thing, and you guys might, I don't know, I'm not a strategist for wars and anything, but you might see some disruptions to the game, guys. Like, you have to realize this is real shit. They live in the Ukraine. Yes, it's owned by a company based out of Israel, but the Plarium offices are 2 hours outside of the capital. They have a very real threat right now. This goes beyond any of the horse shit you see me pumping on this channel, or any of the, yeah, fuck Plarium type of comments or stuff you see either in my comments or in the Discord or on Reddit. Like, this is humanity at an empathy level. Like, we're talking tanks rolling down the streets type of shit that could be happening. It's Russia versus the Ukraine in a cage fight. This isn't the stuff that you want to see happen in life. No matter how you feel about this stupid product they make, you have to understand it's not like even though I felt like there was personal business issues between me and Plarium, I wish bad things to happen to these people. Like that, there is no world in which we live in which if I met any of these people in real life, they probably wouldn't be like, you're a son of a bitch. And I would be like, yeah, maybe I am. You're a son of a bitch. And we shake hands and move on. Like, that's the way I feel it would happen if I met these people in real life. Like, you know what I mean? This is YouTube gaming garbage. I mean, all of the stuff that me and I can't speak for other people, other content creators do. We're just pumping out raid content, but the stuff that's actually about to happen or is actively happening is real life. And so, I just woke up today with a massive amount of empathy for them, honestly. And I also felt like, I'm gonna take a break for a minute from like ranting or getting mad and all this stuff, because it just felt like it just feels so bad timing and in poor taste at the moment, and to be honest, guys, like, you should prepare for the reality that there is disruptions in this game. I don't know how realistic that is going to be. Again, it's a huge company that's originally based out of Israel and all that, because that's where Aristocrat Leisure and all that. I'm sure they have the resources to move the servers and all that shit or whatever. I'm sure our experience is still going to be the same, but the Ukraine people over there, like I guarantee you in the Plarium HQ, there is an additional level of stress that is beyond the normal PR garbage they deal with on a daily basis. And that level of stress is something that no matter how you feel about their game, no human should endure ever. War is not something that people should have to think about when they go to work. They should think about, what is that shitbag YouTuber going to say about this update? That's it. That's the level of stress I'm willing to inflict on them, because that's just a job. You know what I mean? But absolutely no way do I want to inflict any additional level of stress or even talk about negative shit and shit on them when I wake up in the morning and see stuff like this happening. So if you don't know what's going on, do your own research. I don't want to talk about politics, and figure out why this might actually be a very realistic thing that could, disrupt them over there at the HQ. And no matter how you feel about it, guys, like that's not a good thing. Like that's rough for people. So honestly, that's about it. That's about the video, because I just feel really bad for him. It feels fucked. I really hope this doesn't progress. I mean, I don't want a third world war. No one does. And at the most selfish Western level I can even think with my American brain is I don't want the game that I base my channel on to be fucked up either. And that's how much of like a selfish personality, I'm thinking right now, because I don't have to deal with war. Like, I wasn't born into that, I didn't go through the world wars. I'm 31. I don't have to think about tanks showing up to Alaska. But the thing is, I do live in Alaska, and that's not a good spot to be if we're going to fight Russia either. So, I don't know. I kind of feel like in the same bag with them on this one. I kind of just woke up with a level of empathy and Godspeed.